People like to use this whole idea that's it's common in Christianity to say that the law is done away with, implying that we can do whatever the hell we want to do. It's a free for all. We don't got to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments that was given unto Moses. And that is pure, utter wickedness. That's something that's perpetuated by the Christian church. That's not something that you will find in the scriptures where the law is done away with. No, we established the law. It's because of the law. It's because where we know righteousness. It's because the law is how we're going to be judged. You saying that the law is done away with, you basically saying that hey, you wanna mess with a little kid? Hey, you wanna steal from your neighbor? Hey, you wanna commit sodomy? You wanna eat a dead rat that's been died of itself, been laying there for 12 days with flies hanging all on it? According to the belief that the law is done away with, actually, yeah, you can. But that's the nonsense of Christianity. The law is not done away with. When the scripture says, when the scripture says that, and I'll grab it. It's what's that? First Corinthians 9 and I think 24. I want to say, but it's yep. Wait 1 second. Okay, I was close. First Corinthians 9 and verse 20. When the scripture says in Corinthians that to the Jews that became a Jew, to them that were not without the law as without the law, that's not talking about that Paul was not keeping the law. That's not what that's talking about. We're about to read this verbatim and see and use perspective. This is First Corinthians 9 and verse 20. It says, and unto the Jews, now this is Paul speaking, I became as a Jew, that I might gain the Jews. To them that are under the law, as under the law, that I might gain them that are under the law. To them that are without law. Who are those that were without the law? The Gentiles. They weren't keeping the laws. And he says, to them that are without the law, as without law. Being not without the law of God, but under the law of Hamashiach, that I might gain them that are without law. To the weak became I as weak, that I might gain the weak. I am made all things to all men, that I might by all means save some. So what is this talking about? Does this talk about Paul saying he was lawless? No. He said, and he clarified himself. To the weak I became weak. So he's around the Jews. Guess what? He's all, he's got his fringes, border of blue on. He's walking. He's giving the Hebrew salutes, conducting himself as a Jew. But then without the law, he's not. Those without the law, like the Gentiles, he's not coming down trying to beat the law down their head, because it'll be too much for them. So that's why you ease them into it. Matter of fact, we're going to go there and Acts. Because if a person is in the world and they smoking weed in a poly, what's a polyamorous? I believe the polyamorous is the 2 husbands and 1 wife, I believe. If it's not, Salakia. But a relationship like that where 2 guys are sharing a woman, another guy laying with another guy, sleeping on a woman in a period and all this type of weird nonsense, it can be too much for them to just put all the laws on them and execute judgment according to those who break the law. So you kind of got to ease them into it. This is why it says in Acts chapter 15 and verse 19. It says, wherefore my sentence is that we trouble not them which from among the Gentiles are returned to God, but that we write unto them that they abstain from pollutions of idols, from fornication, and from things strangled, and from blood. So he gave them a basic simple. Okay, y'all just, get into this faith. Start off on these things right here. We'll gradually get you involved, but stay away from idols, fornication, things strangled, and from blood. That's your basics. As we grow, guess what? Hey, you got to keep the Sabbath. As you continue to grow, guess what? You got to actually love thy neighbor as thyself, and that means actually making sacrifices for your neighbor. No, you can't sleep with your father's woman or your father's concubine. And you start learning. You're not about to learn all 613 commandments all in one day. So it's a process. But right here, Paul is teaching them things concerning the law. If the law is done away with, why does he say, hey man, it's a free-for-all, do what the hell y'all want to do? No. You don't get to do whatever hell you want to do. This whole thing that, Yahushua came and fulfilled the law, let's find out what exactly that means. This is Luke chapter 18 and verse 31. Then he said unto me, Slakia, start over. Luke 18:31. Then he took unto him the 12 and said unto them, behold, we go up to Jerusalem, and all things that are written by the prophets concerning the Son of Man shall be accomplished. What does that mean? Fulfilled. What does that mean? He came to fulfill all of the prophecies concerning him. That's contained in the law. So everything that's contained in the law, from the law to the prophets, everything that's contained, guess what? He came to fulfill it. Real quick, give you just one example. Where we at? This is, that's why I'm in Exodus. Slakia, bear with me for a minute. This is in the law. This is Deuteronomy 18:18. I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren, like unto thee. And I will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him. Who is that prophet like unto Moses? That's Yahushua. That is a prophecy being fulfilled. Everything that was said about him, he came to fulfill it. He did not come to just this Aleister Crowley, do whatever you want to, free for all, freakism, and stuff like that. This is Matthew 15, verse, wait a second. This is Matthew 5:17. Salakia. Matthew 5:17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am come not to destroy, but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled. All has to be fulfilled. And the precept that goes to that is Luke 18:31 that we just read. He came to fulfill everything concerning him. I think Luke 21, I think 21. Luke 21 and verse, maybe it's 22. Slakia. second. Bear with me for one moment. Okay, yeah. This is Luke 24 and verse 44. Salakia. It says, I started with verse 44. Luke 24 and 44. And he said unto them, These are the words which I spake unto you, while I was yet with you, that all things must be fulfilled, which were written in the law of Moses, and in the prophets and the Psalms concerning me. There you go. He came to fulfill everything that's concerning him. Not to fulfill the commandments and that's somehow supposed to mean they're done away with. Mean to bring them to pass. For prophecies say that Yahweh Shai was supposed to die and take away the sins of the world. He came to do that. Prophecy said a young woman, Isaiah 7 and 14, I believe, shall conceive. He came to do that. So that way you know, and this is just in a worldly talk, mathematically, the compound probability of one man fitting all this criteria is highly unlikely that, man, this guy got to be the Messiah. Because he's doing everything in the Bible that it said that the Messiah would do. And on that note, I hope this lesson has been edifying. And on that note, and maybe give you some ammunition to some wacky Christians. And on that note, I'm going to give all praise and glory to Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai B'Shem HaKakwadash. Double honors to the elders of GMS Well. Peace, salutations, and shalom.